everybody, I'm Cody.
And I'm Victoria.
In case you haven't run across us online, we pretty much live to be outdoors exploring and sharing those stories with you guys.
In the next few days, we're going to be off-roading and camping in Alabama Hills and checking out Cerro Gordo Ghost Town. It's an old California mining town and supposed to be pretty epic.
Nissan has actually loaned us a couple of vehicles, fully decked out with the latest Nismo overlanding gear.
And we get to drive the 2022 Frontier, which we're actually really stoked about because we used to have a 2016 Frontier and we took it everywhere.
I'm pretty excited to check it out, but we've also got a couple of friends with us today, so let's introduce you guys to the crew. So this here is my buddy Jake.
What's up, bud?
How's it going, man? This is Winnie, and they're gonna be driving the Titan today. Back here, we've got my buddy Paul, and he's gonna be driving the 2012 Xterra. I gotta be honest, this Xterra is pretty badass, honestly.
Yeah, she's a little older, but she gets the job done.
You might have to let me drive it at least.
Jake, you're going to show us around Cerro Gordo, right?
I am. I hope you're ready for some Ghost Town vibes.
Heck yeah.
You guys on your video?
Stop it!
Well, looks like you guys' rigs are all dialed. Are we ready to hit the trails and get out of here? Or? Let's do it. Cool. All right, let's do it.
The drive down 395 is definitely in our top 5 in California. When Nissan approached us to try out the Nismo gear in Alabama Hills, we were so stoked to be a part of it.
The trip is perfect to put on some music and soak in the scenery. If it's not one of the most beautiful places in California, I don't know what is.
That is amazing. Like, man, this is really a step up from the old Frontier for sure.
We might have to get another truck. Hey guys, welcome to Alabama Hills. We're gonna take you to the trail that we were telling you about, so try to keep up.
We've been to Alabama Hills probably 5 times now, and we're still blown away by how cool it is. The weird rock formations make you feel like you're on some other planet.
And it's so awesome. They're right next to the Sierra and Mount Whitney. So you have 2 very different types of climbing you can do in one place.
Looks like we're starting to get into some rougher terrain here. This is where those rock sliders are gonna come in handy. They give you a little extra protection underneath the truck in case you get into some brush or kick up some rocks.
Our favorite time of the year to come to Alabama Hills is late September or early October to check out the fall colors and head up to the Whitney Portal before it's snowed in for the season.
They used to film a ton of the old westerns there, and there are some markers that call out which movies were shot where.
The main road that cuts through it from end to end is actually named Movie Road.
We found us a nice little spot here. We got the crew back there checking out the view, and I figured while we have a little bit of downtime, we could run through some of the Nismo gear that we have here on the Frontier. First up, let's talk about the off-road bed rack. Now, this thing is a beast. The guys at Nismo told me it can hold up to 1,200 pounds without breaking a sweat. You've also got 2 side panels, and you can add an additional side panel depending on how much gear you might want to mount. So next up, we've got the off-road roof rack. This one is load rated at 150 pounds, and it has side panel cutouts in case you want to add a row of lights.
And up here on the roof rack, we have a couple of these Nismo hard cases, which is really great because we have a lot of rock climbing gear, and this is perfect for keeping things out of the elements.
The trails out here can be really rough on tires, so of course we always carry a spare. Now Nismo has a really smart spare tire carrier that mounts right to the Utilitrack, and it's easy to get in and out and doesn't move around when you're driving off-road.
All right, let's get to camp,
Here we go.
Hey Paul, you hanging in back there?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool, we're still about 30 minutes out from camp tonight, so hang in.
Our buddy Paul actually told us that there are a lot of these box canyons there where cattle rustlers used to hide out in the 1800s. It sounded pretty cool. We'll have to check those out next time.
All right, it's getting kind of dark out here, so time to turn on these lights.
Oh man, those lights were bright. I don't think we've ever had such an easy go at it after dark.
Good lights are a lifesaver when you don't know the area.
You definitely don't want to be on the trail at night without them. I'm a big fan of how they use the existing hinge mounts. It couldn't be easier to dial in your lighting situation. It's really great because literally just about anybody can install them. Then it was time to set up camp and try out some more Nismo gear. and of course, hang out with the gang.
As you can see, we got a pretty good jump on setup for the night.
Now, Nismo has hooked us up with what I would consider some of the essentials. So we're gonna give you guys a little tour and check it out. We've got Winnie over here working on some dinner. Now, let me just tell you, portable power has been probably the biggest game changer for us when it comes to doing this whole overlanding thing. So tell me, what do we got going on here?
So we got our big boy 1800 watt cube that's currently powering our chili cooker.
Ooh, chili tonight.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Got the baguette, nice. What else? Drone batteries going already? That's gonna be great for tomorrow.
We got our phone, our AirPods.
And this light's going too, yeah? Nice, cool.
Yeah, it's way better than cooking over the campfire like we normally do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then over here, we've got the smaller guy. Jake, what is this one? This is a 500 watt cube?
This is our accessory cube.
Yeah, nice. This is perfect for the smaller devices. We got the radios going, plug in the phone, yeah. Might need that tomorrow.
Gotta keep all the important necessities charged, you
Bluetooth
know?
speaker, maybe get some music going.
Gotta keep the camp bikes.
Yeah. We've also got the rooftop tent set up on both of these trucks. Gonna be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to getting into one of those. Victoria over here has the solar panels. Now, Nismo has two versions. They have the 100 watt and the 200 watt. And they're super easy to set up. They just fold out. They have great durable fabric on the outside. They're pretty awesome.
Second go around.
Tomorrow.
You can try it, yeah. We gotta get out of here anyway. So. Good morning, everybody. Yesterday we had an epic day of off-roading and hanging out with our friends, and today we're gonna go check out the Cerro Gordo Ghost Town. But first, I think we're gonna get some breakfast going.
Oh yeah.
So Nismo actually hooked us up with a ton of coolers, so we kind of went all in on packing. So usually when people think of overlanding, they think you're spending the whole day, you know, driving on crazy trails, when really, a lot of the time, we're just hanging out, spending time at camp, hanging with friends, and we found it's really important to have some good gear to help you out when you're at the campsite. You know, stuff like this. Really comes in handy when you're just trying to kick back and hang with your friends. So we usually travel with two coolers. We've got the big Nismo 45 quart here where we keep all the food, and this little guy, the 20 quart, where we'll keep our drinks, and usually we'll just have this in the cab, you know, just for something to grab and go. It's nice to have it close by.
And these coolers are really heavy duty. The freezer style sealing gaskets are key to keeping your food cold longer.
I know.
Who's got that Pop-Tart?
It is definitely not ready yet.
Keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, hey, Winnie. How do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on it. Yeah. But how do you catch a tame rabbit? The tame way.
The delivery is pretty good.
Now I see
Good girl.
Is that good?
Nismo sent us two rinse setups to try out, and this is the portable one. Super easy to move around, and we have a hands-free nozzle over here that's convenient. There's an LED display here that'll show the battery life and water temperature.
But probably one of my favorite things is you can actually get a heater for it. So it's great for washing dishes or if you want to rinse off, and this makes a great addition to your rinse setup. Jake actually has the rack version of the rinse setup over here on the Titan. Let's take a look at that and some of the other Nismo gear we got. How's this thing going for you?
This thing's super cool. Pretty much has all the same features as your setup, but this one just mounts the roof rack out of the way.
Yeah, I see it's got the nice 7-foot hose, which that would come in handy for washing the bikes, or honestly, I would probably take a shower with it too, so.
All of the things.
Why don't we check out some of the other gear you got going on too?
Let's go. We've got the bed tent set up over here on the overlanding rack. And on the high version, we've got a bunch of extra room in the bed so that we can store the rest of our gear. And we have some side panels over here where we can mount recovery gear and anything else that we can think of. Topping it all off, we've got the roof rack with the Nismo cases and driving lights. Cool thing about the roof rack is that it mounts right into the door jamb, and it holds up to 150 pounds.
We're packed up and ready to head out for the last leg of our trip. Now we're headed over to check out the trails around Cerro Gordo Ghost Town. Jake's the local expert, so he's gonna be leading the way.
We actually found out that Cerro Gordo means fat hill in Spanish because of how rich the ore veins were in the 1800s when it was discovered.
I was so stoked to finally get up there. The drive up was so epic. The road was carved out of these huge granite rocks, and it was such a different terrain than Alabama hills.
Jake said that back in the day, Cerro Gordo was one of California's richest silver mines. The silver and lead they mined helped LA grow so quickly.
Yeah, I guess it was totally full-on Wild West mining town with shootouts and everything. Hey Jake, the Titan's exhaust sounds so good from back here.
Right?
We stopped at a sick overlook at the top where you could see the whole Owens Valley. It's hard to believe that the whole valley used to be a lake.
What'd you guys think about that drive? Dude, that was awesome.
Epic.
Yeah, that was so cool.
It was getting gnarly at some point. Jake, it was hard to keep up with you, Jake.
Did you hear my exhaust?
It was sounding real
Dual
clean.
exhaust
true
all
dual.
the way
It's
down.
cool, like there's a little bit of light down there on the water.
Wouldn't be a road trip without Hazel. We take her pretty much everywhere. And she had a total blast.
What do you guys think? Should we hop in the Titan and go up to that spot and grab some photos?
Cody, why don't you hop in?
I'll get a little call.
That's the reason we're up here.
That's right.
Going low again.
All right. Ready? Uno, dos, tres. These wheels that they put on here are really cool.
The black ones look pretty awesome, but I'll admit, I'm a little biased towards the bronze alloys.
And we've got these A-pillar driving lights that they added with these integrated hood mounts that go right into the factory hood location.
And you're not messing up the body, right?
No drill situation.
Awesome.
And we've got the two floodlights up top that mount to that Nismo roof rack. And they worked super well last night when we were on the trail.
But how about these Nismo rock sliders? I mean, I like that they're tucked up nice and tight under the truck, not so obnoxious like some of those other ones.
And we've got the same spare tire mount that you have on the Frontier, which integrates right into the Utilitrack. Doesn't bounce around at all when we're on the trail.
And how about this exhaust, huh? I heard it on the trail yesterday. It sounds so good.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I crawled under here before we left on the trip. And it's a true dual exhaust all the way back. And it adds some power over the stock system, so. And it looks rad.
Yeah, I mean, it looks sweet, so.
The Cerro Gordo mine was so cool. It had such an epic view and cool trails at the top we hadn't driven before. The Nismo gear made the trip up no problem.
I can't believe we finally made it up there. It has been on the Alabama bucket list for a few years. Thanks, Nissan. Man, it was totally worth the trip.
I am what they call the local area expert. I did hit you with some facts earlier. Bridge thing that's over there in the distance right there.
Oh, yeah.
Film that and just like.
How long has this been?
The coaster of despair.
Dang, that's cool. We had such an epic trip up here, and thanks to Nissan, we got to hang out with some friends, check out some amazing trails, and try out all the really rad Nismo gear.
And I think we have our eyes on some new pieces that we want to add to our kit. But we had a blast, and we hope to do it again soon and bring you along with us.